Hello, my name is Janisa Simmons and I am a user experience designer. Today, I want to talk to you about 3 tips that I have for conducting your usability sessions. Number 1, never say the word test. Yes, 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 I know. It is a usability test. We are testing the usability of the website, of the web application, of the mobile app, of the prototype, of the product. But what we are not testing is the user. Sometimes we have the tendency to say the word user test or usability test, and users and participants often feel uncomfortable. They feel like they're the ones that's being tested. One time I used the word test in a communication to a participant, and at the end of our session, he asked me, "Did I pass the test? I hope I passed the test." And I, kind of had to laugh it off and say, "No, you weren't being tested. This was a feedback session. We wanted to learn from you." And so now what I do is instead of saying the word test, I would say words like usability session, usability feedback, or feedback session. The next tip that I have is that you should always be prepared. You can prepare by having a moderator guide. And in this moderator guide, you want to outline your objectives. What questions are you going to ask? What tasks are you going to have your participants to complete? And what is the expected behavior from those tasks? You can also use this moderator guide as a note taking guide. Put some space in there for you to be able to write notes. That way, as you are going through and asking all of these different questions and asking your participants to complete these different tasks, you have a space in there for you to write out the notes. Were they successful in completing the task? What were some of the interesting things that they said? You want to make sure that you include this uh, in your guide. In the end, this will be really helpful because you can use these notes that you've taken to do your evaluation and your analysis. Also, there are times where you may get off track, where your participants may say something extremely insightful that you didn't anticipate, or they may be completing a task and they might end up completing several of the tasks when you just asked for the first one. If you have your moderator guide prepared, then you'll be able to look and you'll be able to see if they answered the questions that you wanted them to answer. You'll be able to go back and make sure that you didn't miss anything, especially when the session gets off track. The last point that I have for you is to practice. You can practice your usability session just as if it was the real thing. And you can use internal colleagues, you can use um, a family member, you can use friends, but it's really important that you conduct the test and do a dry run. This will help you to understand if the flow of your questions are making sense. It'll help you to go back and see, perhaps there's a dead end in your prototype that you need to fix before the real session. It'll also help you to get a sense of what the timing might be for your entire session so that you can make sure that you book your sessions for the right amount of time that's needed. All right, so these are my points for the day. Thank you so much for listening and have a wonderful day.